I'm going to talk about programming on the BC11, BC20 control board with the capital vending 24-volt module kit. I'm just kind of giving you an overview. The way to program this is actually in the row manual. If you have difficulty with this video and it's challenging for you, if you send us the board, we will program it for you. You just have to enclose it and tell us what we want. But basically, it's very, very easy to program. Basically, these switches here apply to the $5 input, and this applies to the $1 input. The $10 input and the $20 input are double and quadruple this amount. So you just program this for what's the $5 payout, and the module's going to take care of itself. So first I'm going to talk about BC11, which is a 2-hopper front load changer. When you're programming that, because it's 2-hopper, you have a left and a right hopper. There is no center hopper. So it's absolutely mandatory that all of these switches right here that are for the center hopper must be off, or you're going to get a fault code, and this fault code will be in the row manual. But make sure these center are off. And basically for a $5 bill, typically somebody would want to dispense 20 coins. So most typically they do 10 from each hopper. So basically dip switch number 2 has a value of 2, dip switch 4 has a value of 8. So on this bank here, we put on dip switches 2 and 4. And the same is here for this right hopper. We're going to put on this marked here, this dip switch that corresponds to 2 coins, and this dip switch at the very end corresponds to 8 coins. So we have 10 from the left, 10 from the right, and that gives you a total of 20 coins for a $5 bill. And of course you can change this in the event that you were doing quarters and nickels. Just use what's printed on this board and you'll know how to do the programming. This program here is for the $1, and it's only a left and right option for the $1. So basically the most common programming would be dip switch number 2 on to give you 2 coins, and this value right here is for 2 coins. So the dip switch that corresponds to 2 is placed in the on position. So for a $1 bill, you get 4 coins dispensed. So again, if you're doing nickels or quarters, you're able to use different value settings on these. And now, if you're doing the BC20, 25, or 25 MC, that is a center hopper. So you want to take advantage of that to get the most change paid out. Your $1 payout is going to be the same as the 2-hopper. But here, since you have 3 hoppers, you're able to use the center hopper. So basically for a 20 coin payout, you could do, most typically you might want to do like 4 on the left side, you could do 4 on the right side, and you kind of want to take advantage of using the center hopper. So maybe you would set it for 12 coins. So here I can see 4 and 8 are the amount of coins that are dispensed when the switch is in the on position. So if it was a BC12 and you're dispensing quarters only, you may elect to have 4 and 8 on to dispense 12 coins. All right, this is a quick overview of how to set the programming when you install a new capital vending 24-volt module kit. Basically, I'm just going to quickly make a quick video of how the row book explains it. When you do this kit, we do recommend you bring the owner's manual just as a review, and look over this video, watch this before you go do the installation. But have your owner's manual in case you have any questions, because there's any errors in the status display, the row owner's manual will explain it. Our kit just interfaces with this board, so this board is still the primary brains of the machine. So often when it malfunctions, you're going to want to have that row manual. Basically, this control board works in a BC35, 12, and 12R. I'm going to begin by talking about the 12 and 12R. Those 2 changers each have 2 hoppers. So what we're going to do, I'm going to talk about the $1 payout, and I'm going to assume you're paying out quarters from both hoppers. Basically, this information, you can just use this information and change your payouts as you wish. But for a $1 payout, you're going to be setting these switches. So dip switch number 2 corresponds to 2 coins. And then the switch below it, I see a number 2 here, and this corresponds to 2 coins from the right hopper. So 2 from the left, 2 from the right are your $1 payout values. So you want to have those switches on if that's the amount of coins you wanted to dispense. So of course you can change this for tokens, nickels, dimes, or quarters, but you just want to pay attention to this silk screening. The $5 bucket, we're going to set this right here to pay out 20 coins. And basically if a 10 or 20 are inserted, this is going to double or quadruple the amount of coins paid out. So that's how the 10 and 20 payout work. It's very easy. So for the BC12, it's 2 hopper front load. So we're going to ignore this center hopper. So if you have a 2 hopper machine, you must absolutely make sure nothing is on for the center hopper, because if it is, it's not going to work because the machine knows there's no center hopper. So very important, for the 2 hopper machine, you disregard this potential hopper in the middle and only worry about these 2, not this third one. So basically, for a $5 payout, the typical way our customers would set this up is put the dip switch that corresponds to 2 coins and 8 coins, they would put those on. That gives me 10 coins. Then I go down here to this legend, and they have 1, 2, 4, 8. So I'm going to put 2 on and 8 on, same as here. So that gives me a total of 20 coins. In the event that this kit's being installed in a BC35 changer, you have 3 hoppers, and it's smart to take this center hopper into account, and actually you want to use this substantially so all your coins pay out. So basically, if you are going to have a BC35, you may want to set, for the left hopper, you might want to set this for 4 coins, so that would be the 3rd switch down. This here, for 4 coins, set that switch, and then to get a total of 12 coins from the center hopper, you add the 4 and the 8 together, put those switches, and then you'll get 12 coins, so that will kind of use your hopper. In the event that you want to do the MC payout, basically the dip switch right here is MD dispense or MC dispense, and you want to put that on, and these are the values, so you'll be using this and this for these payouts. And again, very important, this is explained actually in the row manual, but for those familiar with it, for the maximum change payout, it will go from hopper to hopper, but you have to have the same value of coin in it. And if you're doing MC payout, just apply what I just explained, but use these values here, but you need to set MC dispense here to the on position. In the event that this does not make any sense to you, or if you're a very busy operator, if you tell us, if you send us a working board, we will do the programming and testing for a charge of $25. So you would just send us what you want, we will program it, and we will test it with a module kit and return it. So if this does not make any sense, again, you could send it to us, but this is very easy. Any local repairman that's familiar with the row changer should be able to watch this video or just know how to do this. But if you do hit a roadblock, you can send us the board and we'll take care of it for you. Okay, so I'm going to go over how easy it is to install the new 24-volt row update kit. So here we have a BC3500, and this is one of our more popular kits. And basically, what I'm going to be showing you is how the LEDs in the box work, and it'll kind of dramatically help you with troubleshooting. And this is going to show you how fast this is to install. But basically, on this machine, I need to remove the bill box. And what I'm trying to do is access the cord that originally went to the coin acceptor. So here I've unplugged it. I'm just going to connect this directly here. And just give you an idea, 2 of these pins here have flat edges. So if you match them up to the flat edges here, you'll know how to plug it in, because it's a 3x3 square, so there's almost 4 ways it could be plugged in. So basically, this is important. This is the next step with this particular kit. There's this little jumper here, and this is very important. So what we do is, this harness right here goes to the BA50. All this is going to be coming out, but basically, a very critical part of this kit, that this jumper goes into place. So once that's done, you've, except for programming the board, this kit's installed, and then of course we're going to mount the validator here. If you're familiar, Capital Vending made a 120-volt version of this kit. This is our new kit. The 24-volt version, it's just kind of got a lot of nice options. The better options I'm going to talk about is the use of these LEDs. As I'm turning this on now, this board takes 30 seconds to initialize, and the reason is it can interface with a credit card reader, and we just basically didn't want to have any noise on it. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to explain these LEDs as everything powers up. Basically, this red LED just indicates you have 5 volts from the host machine. This orange LED indicates you have 24 volts from the host machine. This LED right here basically is indicating that there's a good ground circuit. And what's going to happen here, after 30 seconds, this enable LED has come on. So at this point, this is ready to work. And if I go over here, when this is not working, this LED will not come on. So you have to set your dip switches, but basically when this LED is lit, And in some cases it could be green or multicolor, but when this is on, I would expect there to be a solid LED here. If there's not, then the issue is likely going to be the dip switches on your bill validator. So we have these LEDs. This helps us tell what's going on, and I'm going to just show you how I'm going to test it. There's 3 small buttons here. This top green button, when I push this, it basically simulates a dollar input, and you have to do this extremely fast. Like, you can't push it and hold it. It has to be like an electronic pulse. So when I push this, you're going to see this LED flash, and that LED should go off. So basically, this is how I know that the pulses are coming in from the bill validator. So when you're putting in dollars, if this is not blinking, the issue is with the bill validator. This being on green solid indicates that there's no problems with the machine. If this is off, you want to look at your control board. There'll be a status code showing, and then basically the row control board for the 1200, 1400, or 3500, based upon the status code, will tell you what to do. So this second button down basically is the payout for the $5 bill. So now this is paying out the coins, and basically the 5, 10, and 20 trigger this. And this blue button right here, I'm going to go ahead and push this, and you'll see this blue LED come on. And basically what this is doing, this is actually testing if a credit card is hooked up. So when you're putting cash in here, if you have a credit card telemeter, all the money that's going in here will be reported. So from your office, you can go online and see the amount of cash here if you want to, if you in fact want to update to that system. But this button gives you the ability to push it, and then you could go online and make sure that the board is working and that your telemeter is getting the input, and that it's going to report your cash sales. So again, just, these LEDs are critical in the event that you should be able to figure out what's going on. But if you have to call Capital Vending, the person on the phone is going to want to know what LEDs are blinking and then what troubleshooting you've done. Again, if this is not coming on, it's going to be a programming issue or an issue with your board, which you'll be able to fix. We would expect the orange and red, if those are not on, it's an issue with the power supply in the machine. And this is going to come on after 30 seconds, and we're ready to take money. And we feel that everything's in good shape with the dollar bill changer.